Bonjour, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. I wanted to pop in here and talk about how excited I am about some upcoming episodes that I'm working on. I've been doing some research, brainstorming some ideas for topics that I think are important to the concept and the principles and the life ways of embodying grace, and which we might not easily call to mind as adjacent to embodying grace. As an example, I am doing some research with regard to our relationship to water and to nature, as a way to model how how we can practice grace, some of the skills there. It's really, really interesting connections that are coming up in this research. I'm also doing some research on the neurological aspects of grace. A lot of that research so far is really heavy on forgiveness and then kind of ties into grace. I think those two things are definitely cousins. They're adjacent to each other, but as I've mentioned before, forgiveness is relational forgiveness is transactional and grace is relational. So that's a distinct difference, and I think adds to the way that we embody that. And then finally, I'm doing the research. This is for an episode that's probably farther out, where I'm looking into what are the boundaries around granting grace to people who have harmful intentions and the power to carry out those harmful intentions. Because listen, we live in a time where perhaps too much grace has been given to people in power. And while grace is our superpower and it leads to healing in our communities, I do believe there are some boundaries that we need to have, and some parameters that we need to have in mind when we start talking about granting grace to people who have harmful intentions, and the power to carry that out. So that's farther on down the road. I have a lot of research to do, and I want to make sure that I can bring to you some clarient, really good thought processes so that you can go out and then develop your own ideas and thoughts and then come back and contribute to this body of knowledge that we're creating here. Anyway, Bama P, I hope you're well. Take good care.